But yes, hello everyone. So I don't know if you've seen like the incentive that's on. I think probably everyone on here, a few people on here have. Oh, hi, Fernanda.
Hello.
Hello. There's a couple of new people on. So like this, you know, you can see each other's names and everything. But I don't think a lot of you guys have met before. So this is nice. But yes, so like I wanted to come on because I know that a couple of people couldn't get on this morning to see what the incentive is that's been set. Which is insane. Like, obviously, we've got the Spain incentive still on from me, which literally anyone on here can get. Like, if you're a new starter, then it's only the 1,000 QV, or it's the 2,500 QV if you didn't start last month. But also anyone that you get started this month. So if you know anyone that wants to do the business or would be interested in the business, obviously, like, and we can have a chat with them and explain it to them. Like that person that starts with you, they still can get the incentive. They can still come to Spain. So like now is a really, really good time to like be like, obviously we're already doing this, but you know, like reaching out to as many people as possible about the business, because people still have the chance this month to come to Spain literally by next month, which is mental. To like, if you say to someone like, we've got an incentive on at the moment that you can achieve that's really, really doable, and like you can be in Spain with us on a girls' holiday by the start of November, like you wouldn't believe it, would you? But literally, like some people achieved it in 2 days last month. So you don't even need the whole month to do it. Anything can happen in like a couple of days, as we know. But yeah, so we've still got that on, but then the one that's just been set. So anybody that is an independent consultant, so not yet a district manager, what they need to do is they need to get their independent cash bonus this month. So obviously I know a couple of people on here are new, so we can chat about it separate if you're unsure what this means, but some people will know. But that is 2,500 QV, so 2,500 points, basically, with 2 sign-ups, which is way more doable than it sounds. All you need to do is focus on your activity and your energy. So that's what I'm going to talk about, because when I started this business, I'm not going to lie to people, like people say, like, you know, I don't get responses, nobody's coming on calls, whatever. The reason that people won't be coming on calls is, one, because you've not yet built your influence. So you need to have an influence on people for them to be able to, you know, really want to be interested in what it is that you're doing, if that makes sense. And that can sound quite like daunting and difficult, but it's so simple and can literally be done so easily. I started my Instagram account when I started this business. I literally had like 500 followers. It doesn't matter how many followers you've got, by the way. You know, I had 500 followers. I never posted anything. I never posted pictures, never posted stories. And any pictures that I did post were just like, I don't know, a one-off selfie or something. And that, when you start, is not going to give you a lot of influence. So when you're messaging people, asking them to take a listen to the business, they're just going to look at that message and think of all of the other people that have messaged them with similar types of messages asking to look at your business. Because the amount of people that are doing network marketing at the moment, it's huge. So if you're reaching out to someone and you're thinking they're going to be good at it, chances are they've already been reached out to by somebody else. So the only difference with those, not with everyone, you'll get some people that will say yeah, but the main thing that you need to get more traction from more yeses is to like build your influence with yourself and social media. And I was listening to a training, I don't know if anyone saw, but it was a training that we posted recently, and Nicola Wills, she's like she's a national vice president, so she's been doing the business for a few years now, and she's got 2 kids, and she is constantly posting on social media, and she is saying that every single day when she goes out, she makes sure that whatever she's doing, she is looking her 100% best, because like if she sees someone out and about, like where she's going, like say if she's going to get a haircut, she says that she'll just say to them, oh, do you mind if I just take a few pictures and videos to like blog it on my account, and then I can tag you in it, and then you can maybe get some of my followers like taking an interest. And then from her doing that, that company will like repost her tag, if that makes sense, on Instagram. And then by doing that, the people on that hairdresser's followers start to see her and start clicking on her and following her. So how smart is that? Like she's like, it's things like that. It's things like purposely making yourself look really great so that you're confident, your most confident self. So wherever you go, you're like open to doing things like that, and open to speaking to people, and open to like posting yourself. That's just like a tip that she did. I'm going to start doing that because I don't even do that. But I just thought I'd share that. But yeah, she just says like to create influence, you need to be doing things that not everybody else is doing. So like that's why I share things about me, you know, doing my personal development, you know, doing my reading on my personal development books, on my stories, whilst drinking a fizz stick, or you know, like being brave and like showing my face and speaking about something that's personal to me and how I've improved on it, because nobody does that. So like it might seem quite difficult, but that is why you've got to do the personal development, so that you build the confidence to be able to do those things. So literally, like when I say to you all guys, when I speak to you, like, oh, I'm like a different person than I was when I started, I genuinely am, which is why I know that like every single person on here and anywhere can be too. But it takes, you know, the work of working on yourself and sharing it with your social media to gain the influence that you need to get more responses, if that makes sense to people. So what I'm trying to say is basically what you want to do is to massively try and gain your influence on social media. So that means consistently, like I'm going to cut the bullshit. If you're going to do cold market messaging and you're going to message people on social media, you need to be posting things on your story every single day that is going to attract people that you want to attract. So if you want to attract people that are high vibe, positive, you know, like their makeup, like their skincare, like personal development, then you need to be doing all of that stuff on your stories every single day, because that's the only thing that's going to attract people to you, if that makes sense. So I'm just such a big, when I say to guys all the time, like, you know, post stories on your social media, and people do post stories on the social media, which is like great, but it's a consistent daily action of doing it as many as possible all the time. Like I know obviously when we're working and stuff like that, we can't be doing it, but it's like things like getting up that extra half hour to an hour earlier if you to do those things, because if it means that much, like if you really want to achieve it, that's the lengths that you've got to go to, is like waking up that extra half hour earlier to do your miracle morning and your personal development in the morning, post it on your social media, and then when you get on your break, make sure that you post something else, and then when you leave work, make sure that you post something else. Like this is the stuff that I literally had to do. And I'm only saying it to be complete, like I'm only saying like this, like brutal, it sounds like, oh, it's really hard, like, but it becomes a habit. Like it becomes a habit. Before you know it, you're automatically pulling your phone out and just putting something on there. I do not even think about it anymore. It's just the initial, you know, getting into it and like doing it, and like people get so much better. Like Ellie's not on here at the moment, but Ellie is like a really good example of it. Like she obviously started, and the same things happen, like, oh, I'm not getting the responses, not getting like people coming on calls and stuff, the second she started being consistent with posting, I say a minimum of 10 stories a day she does, you just get better at it. You just start to know what to post. You know, you start looking at my stories, start looking at like Lisa D and Nicola Wills and Kristen and all of those people that like I get used to follow on Instagram. And you just start to know what sort of things are good to post. And it's a process. But once you know it, that is everything. Like being authentically you as well, being completely yourself, and being vulnerable and sharing your experiences and your like how you've grown from things and stuff like that. People want to see that. Like people want to see that it's possible for them because you've done it. So that's my biggest tip, like with cold marketing, is posting. I can't give you any better like things to say. Like, and the second thing is your energy. So these two things mixed together, influence and energy, and you have to nail both. And obviously our energy isn't always going to be high because, you know, we have times where we feel like rubbish and we're like, oh, I can't be bothered today. Like, I'm not getting any responses, so I don't think I'm going to send the messages. Like, oh, I don't actually need to read like these few pages of the book today. I'll just do it tomorrow instead. Like, they're the times that you need to do it the most because, you know, when you put these things off, that's what stops them from becoming a habit. That's what stops them from becoming a consistent thing that you do every day. I learned this the hard way because I did it on and off for a year until I started to realize if I don't like put myself in gear and just start making sure that I make myself be disciplined to do the daily actions, that's the only way. I'm just gonna see if I don't know how to mute people. Sorry, I'll just leave it. So yeah, but the incentive, I haven't even said the incentive. I just go on and talk. So the incentive is everyone in here go for your cash bonus this month. I can let you know how to do it. I can give you every tip that I do every single day. You know, you like with your energy and your influence and you're reaching out and doing your daily habits and your daily do's, then absolutely everyone on here can do it. Like anyone can do it. It just takes the grit and the discipline, like making yourself be disciplined to do it every day. And like people used to like when I wasn't getting far and I was just getting my like, I don't know, I was never getting my bonus when I was a consultant. I was thinking to myself, I'm getting on all the trainings and I'm watching all of the trainings and on all
on your email.
I am being consistent, but I wasn't being consistent. Like genuinely ask yourself, like, are you actually doing it every single day? Like, have you genuinely got a routine every single day of putting in the daily things? And chances are some things are missing. You know, just but yeah, so everyone can get IC cash bonus this month. Then next month, if you complete district manager, which will be really doable if you get your IC cash bonus this month, it'll be easy to get your district manager next month, trust me. And then the month after that, your first month in district manager, you get your district manager bonus. Might not make any sense to any of you, which is fine. Like I can explain it to you separately. But we know that to this month, IC cash bonus is the 2,500 QV and just 2 sign-ups. If you get 2 sign-ups and then 2 people do 1,000 QV each, that's 2,000 QV. You only need to get 500. That's how easy it is. Do you know what I mean? It's like you just need to get a couple of people on board and you've done it. So just put all of your focus and your energy into just getting a couple of people. And what if you see me posting in our chat, like, oh, there's a new person, don't think that I'm getting loads of new people all the time, because that is not the case. It's the same for everyone. We all don't get responses. We all get people ignoring and saying no. It just means that I'm being super consistent. I'm doing more messaging. I'm doing more follow-ups. I'm doing more posting on my social media and bringing my influence up. And that's the only reason that I'm getting people to listen. And even then, it's not like I'm getting like, you know, this person and this person and this one to sign up. I get what, like a couple a month. So it's not that anything that you guys are doing, you're doing, like, if you're doing the do, you're doing amazing. You've just got to keep going, because sometimes you don't see the results straight away. Sometimes it takes a little bit of consistency and work before you start to see the results. And that's all it is that if you keep going and you don't quit, you will start to see them eventually, because you get better, you get more disciplined, you get more habits that are good for you, and you grow more because of the personal development. That's just fact. So yeah, but like, anyway, the incentive is that if you do that and you complete district next month, and then you get your bonus, you get given £200 to put towards some Tiffany jewelry. Like, so you get your own, like, Tiffany jewelry for £200, and also treated at a meal at the Ivy with Lisa, which is like, oh my God. I'm sure if you don't live near and you can't for some reason get to Manchester, because that's where it will be, then she'll just, like, obviously give you the money for yourself to have the meal or something else, and she'll have like a goal setting call with you, but you'll still get the £200 towards the Tiffany's jewelry. So just think how much we've got to aim for over these next couple of months. Like, that should proper get your butt in gear. Like, these stuff never happens this much. Like, we are so lucky that, like, at the moment you've, like, started at, like, a perfect time. Like, when I started, I didn't have any of this shit. I just had myself to try and, like, persuade. But, like, literally, if you know what, for an example, I've literally put a screenshot of the incentive on my phone, so that every single time I look at it, I can see it, so that I am constantly got it focused in my head. You know, so do that, like, every single day. Affirmations. If you haven't heard of affirmations yet, you might cringe, but every single day I get in the shower and I say, it's the 30th of October 2020. I'm an area manager in qualification, with so many of my team coming to Spain after achieving the incentive, and £200 given to me to get my Tiffany jewellery. I say that repeatedly over and over again. You might not believe it yourself, but your subconscious doesn't know the difference between what's real and what you're telling yourself. So that's how it's smart, because it's like a psychological thing. If you say it to yourself enough, your brain will start to believe it. So that's why affirmations are really good. So if you don't feel confident and you don't feel like you're getting responses, start saying, everybody responds to my messages, everybody is coming on call to hear about the business, everybody is joining the business with me. I started doing that, a month later, everything starts happening that I say. I'm not kidding you. It's crazy. So yeah, I mean, I think that's everything I want to say. I just wanted to super motivate you all, because that is what it's about. Like, motivation isn't always going to be there. So you've got to continuously tell you every single day the reason why you're doing something like this. Is it to prove all of those people that are saying that you can't do it, that you can, and that you can be something, you know, so much more than anyone thinks about yourself, and you can prove yourself wrong. You can make your family proud. You can, you know, like, I do it so that I can make my family proud, and that I can take my mum traveling, because she's always wanted to do that, and I want to do that for her, as well as be able to do it for myself. Like, these are things you've got to remind yourself why you're doing it every single day, so that you continue to be disciplined, and keep your inspiration high. Because, you know, motivation's not always going to be there. You've just got to force yourself to do it even when you don't feel like it, and that's discipline, which is a skill that takes time, but you can learn it. Any of this is like a skill that you can learn. That's all you've got to know. Like, eventually, if you keep practicing it, like anything, you'll get better. It's like going to the gym, doing, like, working your muscles. The better you get at it, the bigger the muscle grows. Like, the same with the mind. The more you work it, the bigger the mind grows. Like, it's so true. But yeah, just thought I'd share all that with you. And I really want everyone on this call to come to Spain. So please come. We got this. Just 1,000 QV. Like, it's so doable. Like, let's just get like a couple launches in. Set yourself the minimum amount of messages to do a day. Read your personal development books. You know, make sure that you're saying your affirmations every single day and you're focused, and you can absolutely do it. And obviously I'm here every step to help. So Yes, but I don't know if anyone had questions or anything. If not, just send me a message after. Did anyone? No? No? Okay, well, I'll see you all soon. Send me a message if you need me. Love you. Bye.